Say hi, everybody.
Everybody,
Welcome to the channel. Hey, guys, and welcome or welcome back. More of the same. You're so silly. Did you miss everybody?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to say hi? Say, I missed you guys.
Guys.
Alright guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. So today I just kind of wanted to let you guys know why I have been MIA. I haven't posted in about 2 weeks or so at this point. So obviously you guys saw the title of the video, and it's not clickbait or anything like that. I did test positive for COVID-19. So this video is basically just going to be about letting you guys know what happened, what I went through, my whole process, how I treated it, my symptoms, and just different things like that. Just a disclaimer, I am not a medical professional. I am not a scientist. I don't know, so don't take anything I say like, oh, this is what I should do. I'm just giving you guys my experience. Basically, yeah, that's the information I'm going to be giving you guys. So let's get into it. All right, you guys. So I was exposed to COVID on January 11th, which was a Monday. Once I found out about it, I went and got tested that Wednesday. So basically 2 days after I was exposed, I got tested. I got my results back on Thursday. So I got my results back and they actually came back negative. So I'm like, okay, great news, right? Like I said, I got my negative test, and not a doctor, not a scientist here. So I assumed that I was fine. I really didn't know anything about a margin of error or the fact that because I was exposed only a few days prior that it could come back negative. I didn't know that. I didn't have any symptoms. I wasn't having any, issues or anything like that. So I assumed I was okay, like you get a test and if it comes back negative, you go with that, right? I vlogged the process and everything like that. So if you guys want to see that footage, let me know. But I really didn't want to post it because I'm like, well, I don't want it to look like clickbait or anything like that because, I was negative. So I'm just like, all right. I went on about my life as usual, and I'm quarantining and I'm trying to social distance. So I wasn't really doing much anyways. But I did have some plans. My niece was coming out. She's in the military and I was picking her up from the airport. I did have an appointment to do a friend's hair. People who I know, who I trust, and who I know are quarantining and doing the right things and, social distancing and all that. So things that I deem safe are the things that I continue to do. I kind of lived my life as I had been living for the past year while we've been having the pandemic and everything. So I did hair on Saturday, that following Saturday, and then I picked my niece up from the airport on Sunday. So I'm fine. I had a tiny bit of a cough in the beginning in that first week, but the week before that, I was already a little sick because of the weather changing and everything. So I didn't think anything of that. So Monday rolls around and I was at the grocery store. I felt really weak, and it just kind of hit me all at once, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. I cannot freaking breathe. And I'm like, am I having a panic attack? Because I do have anxiety. So I'm like, is this one of those weird panic attacks that just come out of the blue? So I'm like, okay, I don't feel that great. Let me get out of this grocery store. And still, mind you, I was not thinking, my head was not in a space of this could be COVID because I got negative tests. Why would it be COVID, right? I leave the grocery store, I come home, and immediately I'm like, all right, let me take some Dayquil. Let me get some Sudafed because I kind of felt like I had like a head cold, like congestion. So I'm like, let me, pump these meds in so that I can get back to my regular life. You know, I got a 2-year-old. I don't want COVID, but to be for real with y'all, I don't want a freaking hangnail, okay? I don't want nothing that's going to affect my daily life that I can't, you know, do what I need to do that's going to slow me down. I don't like being sick at all. I'm just trying to like knock it out. The next day rolls around and I'm a little bit sicker. And I'm like, all right, at this point it's Tuesday. I'm like, all right, what's going on? Every time I've had like a cold or anything in the past like couple years, I tend to get over it really quickly. Like, just like, oh, the first day I'll feel a little bit sick or whatever, and then the next day I'm back to normal. But this was different. Like, I was sicker the next day, so I'm like, what the heck? And King is a little bit sick. Like, he doesn't have a fever or anything, but he's sniffly and his nose is running and his eyes look kind of tired. And I'm just like, oh no, my baby got, you know, cold like me, because I think it's cold. So you know, I'm like in denial, y'all. Hi, baby.
Yeah, where are you seeing?
Okay.
Okay, I was seeing.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm in complete denial and just not even in denial. Like, it just didn't, I just thought I got a negative test. It's not denial, it's just, they told me I didn't have it, so why would I have it? You feel me? Fast forward a couple of days, and the person who I found out had it, that I was exposed to, they're like, well, you probably have COVID. And I'm like, no, I don't. Like, I got a negative test. Y'all, I'm harping on this test because it was really just that, you know, crazy to me. I'm like, so yeah, so I'm taking all this medicine, nothing's working. Now I have a cough, I have a head cold, like congestion and, you know, all that. I have stuffy nose, runny nose, I have chest pain, and I'm having shortness of breath. I have all these symptoms. So finally I'm just like, girl, you need to go take a test. I make my appointment online. You know, they make it really easy for you to get an appointment. The place that I had to go to was right down the street. So I'm like, all right, I'll go in the morning and I'll get a test. So I went and got my test on January 22nd, which was a Friday. And I woke up that morning, y'all, I was messed up. Like, I was like so upset. I was crying. I was like having so many bad symptoms. Like, it was really bad that day. When I take my test and I'm just so sick and I can barely walk. I'm weak. I'm tired. I'm just, it's all bad. Basically, I have every symptom in the book, except for I never had a fever, which thank God I did not have a fever, but I had pretty much everything else. Come back home, you know, I'm trying to take everything I can take. I started taking vitamins, vitamin C, elderberry, vitamin D, different things, you know, to try to make sure that my immune system is working properly, I guess. Those were just some of the suggestions that I got to try. Hi, baby. So, yes, I was trying them. So the next day, I got my test results back, and they were freaking positive. And I was just like, why, Lord, why? I was so mad. Like, I was so mad. I was so freaking mad because, you know, not only do I have COVID, but it's pretty much very, very likely that my baby has COVID because I didn't take him to get tested. And that's because I can barely clean King's nose on, you know, a regular basis. He's not going to let somebody stick something up his nose. And I had been treating him as if he had COVID anyway, just to be on the safe side. I was, you know, giving him his vitamins and his medicine and different things like that. But to be honest, I don't know. I didn't get him tested, but I'm pretty sure he had COVID with me. And that thing just popped right on off of him. You know, COVID didn't really affect him, which I've always heard that it doesn't affect kids the same way. But I don't want my baby sick. Like, I didn't want him sick at all. I don't want him, you know, he never had a fever or anything like that. But, you know, so on top of being sick, now I have this guilt. My baby has it. he seems okay, but still, I don't want him sick. I don't want him in any pain, nothing. He was still jumping off the walls. Like, he was bouncing everywhere. He never showed symptoms of real sickness. But, it just didn't sit well with me. I just felt like I failed him or something. Like, I had been so careful. Like, I haven't gotten my feet done since COVID started. I haven't gotten nails done since COVID started. I don't go to the store often. I stay away from people. I missed my sister's baby shower because I'm trying my best to not get COVID. And, then I end up being exposed, and I am only seeing people who I know we are all quarantining in the same way and doing the same thing. So you think it's safe, but one person goes to work, or one person sees another person, or and it's just like, now I have to contact the people who I've been in contact with, which was so hard because my friend, who I look at her like a big sister, and I was around her after I was exposed because I wasn't sick at that point. I never felt sick before that Monday, but I did see her, and I was around her for several hours, and I had to let her know. And I just thought she was gonna hate me. I thought she was gonna be so don't start, girl. Don't start crying, girl. I just thought she was gonna hate me. Yeah, I just was I was scared of that. I didn't want anybody to be mad at me. I didn't want anybody to, because it wasn't something that was done on purpose at all. Like, it just wasn't, I don't know. Thank God everybody, ended up being okay. Everybody did their 14-day quarantine. Mine was a little bit longer because again, you guys, I wouldn't admit that I had COVID, or not even not admit it. I didn't think I had COVID. So I was at home while I was sick, but then I got tested and I got a positive test. So then I had to stay at home for another 14 days. So I was already home like 5 or 6 days before I got my test done. So I was in the house for a long time. Yesterday was actually the first day that I was able to get out. Today is February 3rd. So the 2nd was my first day officially that I could go out. But by that time, I was way past any symptoms or anything like that. So yeah, that's basically the story. I do want to go over the symptoms that I had as well. First day, I had some chest pain and some difficulty breathing. So I'm just like, this is weird. Then the following day is when the congestion and the, runny nose and stuff, started. So then after the congestion started the headache. Like, this headache was like crazy. Like, it wasn't like a migraine. It was like a sinus headache, but like the pain in my eyes, like my eyeballs hurt. Like, I was so confused. I was like, why do my eyeballs hurt? If I touched my eye, like, I felt like they were gonna explode. Like, it was really, really bad. And then the cough got a little bit worse, and the breathing and the chest pain got a little bit worse. Everything just every day started to get a little bit worse, and no medicine was helping. So that's kind of how I finally was like, girl, you got COVID, because the medicine wasn't helping. And usually it helps. Like, I was taking Theraflu, Dayquil, Sudafed. On top of that, I was taking vitamins, the elderberry, the vitamin D, vitamin C, all that. Like, I was taking everything I could take. I was taking ibuprofen for the chest pain, which helped. And then as far as like the breathing, it doesn't help that I have anxiety. So I'm sitting here with breathing problems from COVID, and then on top of that, breathing problems because I am panicking that I can't breathe. Yeah. Then Sunday, I started to realize that I couldn't smell anything. I was like, putting like essential oils, this little stuff that I buy for King when he has congestion. I was putting that on his chest, and I couldn't smell it. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe it's just because of my stuffy nose. But then I couldn't smell Vicks. Like, I'm like, you can always smell Vicks no matter how sick you are. And I couldn't smell anything. So I'm like, oh man, I lost my smell. So I couldn't smell jack. Which, honestly, you think that that's all right. You think that that's one of like, oh, that's, nothing, I could handle not smelling. But like, what if the gas is on, or like, what if you're burning something, you forget something in the oven and it's burning, and whatever. So it's kind of, difficult not to have your smell. My taste, and that's okay. So my taste was a weird thing. My taste went away about, like, I would say I lost like 30% of my taste, because I could still taste stuff. So I was trying to eat, but I couldn't really, really, really taste it. So I would say around January 27th, I started to feel better. Like, after a while, some of the things kind of started to dwindle and go away. A little bit less tired, less sleepy. I didn't have as much congestion. The headaches were still there, but the pressure was kind of gone, if that makes sense. Like, the pain in my eyes had gone away by that point. For the remainder of my days that I had to quarantine, I was really just dealing with the chest pain and the shortness of breath and the headaches. But I don't know if that was COVID related, because I get headaches a lot. I have a 2-year-old, so I get headaches every day, regular day. The chest pain and the shortness of breath was happening a lot, which almost made me go to the doctor. I never really felt like I needed to go before that, but I just was like, I can't breathe. And so because I have anxiety, I felt like that helped me to work through the breathing issues, to get my breathing under control. So I was able to do that in this situation. The only thing that made it difficult was the fact I was having that tightness in my chest also. Like, it was like chest pain, like the pressure, but also like breathing in hurt. I had a little bit of, like, I want to say like mucus or something in my chest, because my cough was more dry. So I wasn't coughing up stuff, but it felt like something was in there sometimes. So I was trying to get that out, and like, so then like the chest pain, trying to get this stuff out, it made it harder to be able to control my breathing, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I said, today is February 3rd. I was officially able to leave out of the house yesterday, but I've been feeling a lot better since like the 29th, but I didn't want to risk going out. I was getting calls actually from the Department of Health, I think they're called. I was getting calls, and basically they called me and they wanted to know like my symptoms, when I started to feel sick, I guess, to take data for like information about COVID and all that kind of stuff. So I talked to them. I gave them all the information that I could give them. Oh, my niece, like I said, she was here, and she had COVID already. She had COVID more towards like the beginning. I think she had it in like July or something. So I'm not gonna say I don't believe that there's an immunity for it or anything like that, but she didn't get sick. She didn't have any symptoms or anything like that, but she stayed in the house with me. She did her quarantining, and everything like that. And then she also has to quarantine when she gets back to the military. So she's kind of in the house a lot, and I feel bad because this was her vacation time, and she really couldn't like do anything. She really couldn't do anything anyway, because we're in a pandemic. She'll be back again the next time she has leave. But yeah, you guys, basically that was like a very, very scary and sobering experience. I never want to be that person that's out here not caring about people and not being responsible and just handing out COVID, on a silver platter to people that didn't ask for it, like, I didn't ask for no COVID. So I am happy that the people who I encountered afterwards were healthy and safe and, you know, are doing okay. So thank God, you know, that's really all I can ask for. Just everybody that I know who did have it are safe and doing okay. So yeah, you guys, that is basically it for that. That is why I have been MIA. I just really did not feel good. I really just didn't feel like picking up a camera. I'm trying to think if there was anything I left out, anything I want to tell you guys. I'm sorry if it's kind of all over the place. I just want to make sure I'm giving you guys all the information. Like I said, I was just really mad that I got that I got COVID. I was just so mad. There's so many things that I haven't been doing because I didn't want to get it. Like, these feet look bad, okay? These nails look bad, okay? Last year, right before everything was shut down, I got my braces taken off. And I was supposed to go back for implants because I have to get implants right here on my side teeth or my side no teeth. And I avoided doing that because of COVID. And, you know, so just getting it just made me mad. I was like, dang, I'm like this close to the vaccine. Like, why I had to get this now? Like, I was just bad, y'all. I was bad. I'm still gonna be doing all the same things that I've been doing. Well, I probably shouldn't do that because I got COVID. But I'm going to be taking more precautions, doing things, you know, the best way I know how with the information that I have. If you're trying to avoid COVID, if you're trying to quarantine and do the things you're supposed to do and limit being around people, and you just, you know, happen to get it, like, it's not your fault. I felt really, really guilty, like I said, about exposing people and things like that, or, you know, that my son had it, or, you know, I just felt really guilty about getting it, about having it. I just, you know, I did not want to be another number of COVID. I just wanted to help the world in that way. I wanted to not see anybody else in the hospital and not have to be a person in the hospital. I just didn't want to experience that for myself, and I didn't want to put any more strain on, you know, healthcare workers and things like that. So I'm happy I didn't have to go to the hospital. I'm happy that, you know, I'm okay, my son is okay, everybody's okay. So yeah, you guys, that is pretty much it. So I'm back. I'm back in effect, you know. Me and King, we back in effect. I will be posting some new content for you guys. I got some ideas and some things that I want to do. So I'm probably going to be posting a channel update pretty soon, kind of just letting you guys know what's up, what's new, where we're going with this channel. I'm starting to grow. Which is very exciting. Here this guy goes with his copycat stuff. So yeah, I'm just growing, and I have a lot of ideas, a lot of exciting content for you guys. I want to start doing some different things. So yeah, I'm here. I'm alive. I'm excited. I'm happy. I know I'm rambling at this point, but yeah, it's really just exciting to be alive right now. So guys have any questions, anything I didn't cover about COVID? Oh, I still can't smell anything, so that is another thing. I can't smell jack. I don't know how long it's gonna take for my sense of smell to come back, so we'll see. I don't know, but other than that, I don't have any other symptoms. So yeah, you guys, I'm gonna end this video right here. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you have any questions, you want to know anything about having COVID or the process or anything that I did not answer, please leave your questions in the comments below and I will answer them. King, you want to say bye-bye?
Yeah.
All right, come here.
Yeah.
All right, baby. You say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say see you next time.
Say hi.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay.
Bye, you guys. Thank you for watching.
Okay, bye.